Giving all honor, glory, and praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All praise. Honor and glory of his only begotten beloved Son. Long live the King. Long live the King. We'll open this up with the Psalm 97th chapter. Look like everybody down here know why we pray and how we pray. Let's get her done. Psalm 97. The Most High Yah's permission. Yahweh reigneth. Let the earth rejoice. Let the multitude of isles be glad thereof. Clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. A fire goeth before him, and burneth up his enemies round about. His lightnings enlighten the world. The earth saw and trembled. The hills melted like wax at the presence of Yah, at the presence of the Master of the whole earth. The heavens declare his righteousness, and all the people see his glory. Confounded be all they that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. Worship him, all ye gods. Zion heard and was glad, and the daughters of Yahudah rejoiced because of thy judgments, O Yah. For thou, Yah, art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above all gods. Yes, ye that love Yahweh hate evil. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. Light a song for the righteous. Light a song for the righteous, and gladness for the upright in heart. Rejoice in Yah. Rejoice in Yah, ye righteous, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness. Hallelujah! Say that!
Y'all come on in and grab a seat, y'all. As we close out this feast of unleavened bread, Shabbat Shalom to the worldwide family.
Shabbat Shalom. Y'all keep it down. Keep it down.
Hope y'all had a great Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread wherever you are over these four corners of this globe. Y'all, we ain't gonna tarry too long today. What we want to do is make sure we do break bread with the assembly and with the worldwide family, y'all, so that we end this feast properly. Y'all, because one thing we got to get understood immediately is we know more about the old feasts and what are being done in your old man life. And I'm talking about pagan feasts. We know them. Y'all, our energy got to be put forth on finding out what we're supposed to be doing, the appointment you're supposed to keep, the exact time you're supposed to be there, so you don't miss your doctor's appointment. And I'm talking about Dr. Yah. You can't miss your checkup with him. It's going to be problems if we continue to do it like that. So when you get into discussing pagan days, just get into the point of the lies right off. See, we know, everybody in here know that Christmas and Easter is a lie. I mean, there ain't no doubt about it. Santa Claus, where does that come from? And adding to, if you're talking about the birth of Christ, where is that in Isaiah 7th chapter?
Nowhere.
And there shall be a man with slaying reindeers when the prophetic one is born. That ain't in there. Santa Claus ain't gonna never be the wise men. Just the same as Easter, if you want to say it's about the resurrection of the Most High, why you bring them bunny and eggs in here? Why is syncretism with the Most High? This is the same thing he's talking about when Paul in his scrolls is talking about the law of the flesh and the law of the spirit. Two different things. Totally two different things in understanding, so to speak. So y'all, we want everybody to continue to be in practice, just learn about these doctor appointments, y'all, so that when you tell people, you don't spend so much time on that. That needs to be addressed, but we know that backwards and forwards. Once you learn how to ride a bike, you know how to ride a bike. You may not ride it as well as you did when you was 18 and 20, because you're going to be making sure you steady when you 50 on a bike. Ain't going to be no willy popping. Because the recovery time going to be fall apart. I done slipped off the pedal when I was 12 and 13. I can't slip off the pedal now. If y'all know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Don't do yourself like that.
that's right. So y'all, what we want to do, we're going to get it right into the closing out of the feast, the instructions of closing out the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Y'all have to understand the Passover was over at 6 p.m. last Saturday night. And when sundown hit, we went right into the Feast of Unleavened Bread for 7 days. You end where you started. So since we started that at that point, y'all, how we'll wrap this up, we'll end this right about sundown, you know, because we have to be out of here at a certain time. But we want to get with our family, our assemblies, and worldwide assembly, break bread, y'all, as a family, as is instructed. And shouts out to brothers them for hooking up the live stream so that we can, as a family worldwide, do this again. You know, but y'all, we hope if everybody out there, as we go over scripts, you get time to get the shorty some juice. Hope y'all got some unleavened bread left out there, you know, that you break bread with us as well. So we ain't going to belabor the fact. Y'all know how we do it. Any questions that you may have before we get started with the closing out of the session? Because we're going to break bread, y'all, and then we're going to spend a little time enjoying each other, talking about the feast, what we can improve on, you know, different things on that level, just fellowship it out. We're closing on out and get on out of here. So anybody got any questions or concerns surrounding the feast? Go ahead, sister. Shabbat Shalom says. On the unleavened side? Okay. So we're going to get into that. That's part of the lesson closing out. Beware of the leavening of the Pharisees. So we're going to understand both of those first. So we get a clear-cut understanding on what side of the fence you need to be on first. See, the whole key is if you go to second base before you on first base, what's going to happen? You have to come back to first base or you're called out. And you have to walk back, and it's an out for the team, so to speak. So we have to make sure we understand first things first and then get back to just a symbolic practice that we were taught in the wilderness. But we have to learn what comes first. You know, so there were many Passovers, y'all, we have to understand. Noah and his family was passed over. Lot and his family were passed over. So there were many Passovers that the Most High came through and technically told you, because of the work you're doing, I'm going to point the death angel a different way. And I'm speaking of Sodom and Gomorrah. Y'all have to understand this was a righteous man living in LA times 50.
Vegas. Right.
I'm talking about all of them wrapped up together. Together is what was happening, and this man was there. And he had, and y'all, this is what you have to understand. Your mental. This is what you take with you everywhere you go. If you take a bad mental to the Holy Land, you just got a bad mental in righteous land. And you're going to defile that land. Lot was in there like this, y'all, and I'm telling y'all, we ain't seen nothing come close to what he witnessed every day. And y'all know he had money because when he had to separate from Abraham, he had so much wealth. So did he leave all that paper in the bank of Sodom when he had to get out of there? Most likely. It's time to go. If they told us it's time to go, now get what little change you got. By the time you get to the ATM, it's gone. Y'all know how many cars going to be in line at every ATM? Somebody going to have to pull off. So y'all, in like manner, we want to keep this understood. though we just got through the Passover, y'all, there's a big Passover yet to come. And that's to get us out of this condition we in at the second coming. And the Most High put down this righteous dictatorship where either you're down with him or you're going to lay down. It's your choice. So, sis, with that, we're going to piggyback up on that, you know, with laying back up on that. Thank y'all, bro. Thank y'all. We're laying back on that, sister, throughout the lesson. But the main thing I want to do is shouts out to everybody who put together the hard work. I'm talking about before, during, and after, and right now, y'all. Shouts out all of the worldwide family that assisted us in making sure we were able to meet that appointment.
It was beautiful, man. Like
we were supposed to.
Beautiful.
So, and everybody had a good time, y'all. Some things we could tighten up on, but all in all, we kept the appointment. Y'all, with that, I ain't gonna belabor it no longer. Anybody got any other questions before we get going? Any questions out there on the worldwide? Y'all know I know how to work this thing. So. Shalom. Okay. At the first Passover, and y'all, first everything, okay, and that's very powerful. And y'all been knowing y'all been in Israel for a while, so y'all see, and this is what we're talking about. I mean, you've been knowing you're Israel, but we've been missing these doctor appointments. So y'all, that's why we got to focus on Leviticus 23. We have to focus on this. We have to focus on all of the chapters, new and old, dealing with when you're supposed to be at the doctor's office. So y'all, we ain't gonna belabor anymore. And like I say, bro, Todah, you know what I'm talking about. All right, man, what you gonna start off with that? You want yes, Leviticus 23 closing out. You know, it's solemn assembly.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23. Starting at verse 4. Leviticus 23, 4 through 8. Oh, praise.
Yes, sir.
The health benefits are not even
Boy, know you lighter. Huh?
Hey, I'm gonna have to keep this unleavened going.
Boy, I'm telling you. People are moving those emergencies back to the other side at least now. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. Book of Leviticus, Leviticus, chapter 23. Starting verse 4.
Yes, sir.
These are the feasts of Yah, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their season. In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahweh's Passover.
Sure.
And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yah.
That's right.
7 days you must eat.
You what?
Ye must eat.
So y'all, this is not a suggestion to you. He's saying what you must do. Y'all see, when Dr. Yah is giving out his prescription, see, he's giving a prescription out. When he's writing it out like the doctor, you must take, how they say, 3 times a day. If you miss a dose, y'all, you must. And he's writing it out for us. This ain't no, well, what about if I skip Thursday and pick back up on? You must. Continue on, Matt.
7 days.
How many days?
7 days.
So, y'all, it ain't upon us to decide when we want to do something, y'all. It's the same prescription you see that the creature have you doing. They tell you how long to take the medicine, don't they? Y'all, this is to refresh us. You coming into a new year, you can't bring a bad body into a new year. No. Why would you do that? You're going to clean your house, you clean your ride, you clean your cupboards out, but yet you still load it up the same way. What comes first? Inside or the outside?
Always inside.
Let's get it.
7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. The first day ye shall have an holy convocation.
See, y'all, that was that first day we had a holy convocation last week. The beginning of it. All the assembly was there. What live streaming we was able to do, we got it on. So the assembly, and now they partake still with us by watching it live now. That's out there. They were able to pick right back up. So they right in the flow with us again. And that's the good thing, y'all, about live streaming as well as the work bro do for getting the rebroadcasts up. Go ahead, bro.
In the first day, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work.
And y'all see that key word is servile. So this is letting us know how we are to look at this type of Sabbath. We have to look at it like the weekly Sabbath, where there's no servile work, if you're able to do it at that point. See, because you can't do this and then you got servile work because it's going to push too much pressure on you. But we're in this condition, y'all, in this land, so we got to toughen up. You can take the Passover with you wherever you go. You can take unleavened bread with you to work if you had to go. Now, the wine may be something different. I want to have you out in the parking lot and come back in there swaying side to side. But we got to understand it's his blood that you're really drinking. So we have to understand the symbolic nature of it versus the spiritual nature of it. Two different things, y'all. Got to keep the horse in front of the cart. You can't do it backwards. And you think getting crackers out of your cabinet, this is what this is about. No, this is getting them crackers out of you. Get them out of you. All of that with leaven in it. What you got, bro? Oh,
go ahead. You go. I'm just trying to get the board on there.
Okay.
Trying to get the board on there.
Go ahead, Mal.
Verse 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire to Yahweh 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation.
And the 7th day is what?
An holy convocation.
You see, Dr. Yao said, y'all need to come back with me so I can check you again. Just like you go back to the doctor, what they call it, a follow-up what? Visit. Y'all, there's a follow-up visit. We have to go back and check ourselves. If we come back, y'all, and we talking worse than before we went to the doctor, yeah, that ugly such and such. And man, I can't stand and don't know who they messing with me. If that's coming back at the doctor appointment, then you ain't been taking your medicine like you should have.
That's right.
You still sick. Now, surgery may need to be performed on you. And that's cutting you off from the body. Yeah, it will set in. We got to cut you off from the body. That's what surgery do, don't it? Cut it off from the body. So y'all go ahead, man. Read a little bit more. Is that good?
Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Okay, so let's get right to it. The Matthew 26. Now, I'll tell you what, man, hold on before we move there. There's always going to be questions about missing the Passover. And when you miss the Passover, I'm not talking about miss it because you forgot. Because you had your doctor's appointment on the refrigerator and you kept walking past it, and you missed your appointment. Y'all, we have to look at this as serious as you finding out your interview for that job you've been working so hard for was yesterday. Ain't no need in calling.
Can we reschedule?
No, ain't no need calling. You know what they gonna say. They're saying if you're not responsible now, you're not going to be on the job. So y'all, let's get that understood. So what we're talking about is Numbers 9th chapter. We want to go there and just talk about what's called the makeup Passover. For any of those who missed, there's instructions with that as well. Because if you're making this Passover up because you're saying, man, I don't want to do it with them niggas. Well, if you didn't want to do it with us, you still could have did it by yourself. And if you didn't do it by yourself, then we put in line the people that are truly in a position where they missed the Passover. Go ahead, bro. Numbers 9. Let's start about 1. Okay. Yes, sir. You know, and what we try to do is think ahead. You know, we try to think ahead, for the questions that's going to be asked, so we stay in front. We got to stay in front and giving everybody every understanding so you don't get tangled up into your instruction. Well, man, it says something about if you miss like that. No, we're giving you everything up front and let you meditate on it and understand it. Go ahead, bro.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9, verse 1. And Yah spake unto Moses, the wilderness of Sinai, in the first month of the second year, after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, let the children of Israel also keep the Passover at his appointed season.
Yes, sir.
Verse 3. In the 14th day of this month at even, ye shall keep it in his appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof.
Read that part again for me, man, y'all. This is instruction. This is what we have to be able to do, y'all. All you bringing is an empty belly to this doctor's appointment. Look, you're supposed to bring an empty belly to the doctor's appointment. That mindset first. You don't go to the doctor with a full belly, don't you? When they tell you to cut the food off? The night before, right?
Yeah.
So if you come with an empty belly, then your mind is more subject to kind of understand because you know why it has to be emptied out. Look, so we can regulate you properly. You can't come on a full belly or thinking about filling this belly first with these feast days. You know, y'all, this is what it says. So you don't come and it's just feast days. They're going to be eaten. Y'all, you have to feed the mind first, the consciousness first, so that if there's nothing but bread and water there, the feast's going to be the same. Right. If it's just bread and water, because that's what it said, a man should not live alone by that, but it said you can live by that. Bread and water. What they give prisoners? Bread and water. And you still living. So spiritual bread and water we talking about will sustain you first, always. Read some more, bro.
Want me to finish, do that 3 again?
Yeah, go ahead and do that 3. I'm
Verse
sorry.
3.
Yeah.
In the 14th day of this month at even, ye shall keep it in its appointed season, according to all the rites of it, and according to all the ceremonies thereof, shall ye keep it. And Moshe spake unto the children of Israel, that they should keep the Passover. And they kept the Passover on the 14th day of the first month at even in the wilderness of Sinai.
Now hold it right there. Now I want brother to get rights so we understand, y'all. Y'all understand this is when you have rights, these are what priests perform. And priests perform it and show you how to perform the rites so that you can practice it in your personal temple. And like manner, we did it under Aaron. And then we did it after the Messiah, and we do that now after that order. But y'all have to understand, breaking of bread been around since the Garden of Eden. Y'all, that's the bond, the breaking of bread. See, it ain't nothing over the top, y'all. It's bread and wine. That shows true friendship, what we're talking about, because you're saying we're going to break the most minimal thing it takes to keep life alive. If you overlook that, then you're going to always think it got to be a steak on the table. Ain't nothing like this. You're running back to the flesh pots. Because we don't have it up here, y'all, that all I need is bread and water. Living water, these scriptures, and the body of Messiah.
That's right.
Without that, you dead anyway. Go ahead, man. Hold on, bro. Got them.
Rights is H2708. Kahukah. Statute, ordinance, limit, enticement, something prescribed. Statute.
Some what?
Something, something prescribed.
Something prescribed.
I figured that was gonna get
Yes, sir. See that spirit right there? He said that with emphasis, didn't he? Prescribe, y'all, because y'all, this is our health manual. This is called the book of life, not the book of dead. That's Egyptology, the book of the dead. They teach about dead people living in the underworld.
Yeah.
We're talking about a living God. And a people that must act like they alive and quit living dead. Y'all, once you understand the scrolls of Paul, the entire book of Romans, you can just tell where it would split just to end the chapter. But that's a complete scroll if you read it and understand it perfectly. He explains himself like the entire script, like he was taught by the Spirit. It's going to explain itself. Y'all, the riff we're having about is the law done away with or is the law still here? The question you need to be asking is, how was Abraham righteous before Mount Sinai? Then you get the answer. How was Noah saved? How was Cain given the option? If you do right, you'll be accepted. But if you don't, what lies at the door, y'all? That was in right out the Garden of Eden. So what statutes are we under at that point? What rights are we under at that point? No, we ain't gonna argue middle passage. That's like we trying to argue with somebody that the slave ships didn't exist for the 100 million of us that didn't even make it over here.
Right.
Go ahead, man. That was it on that map?
No.
Go ahead.
Numbers 9, the rest of verse 5. It says, according to all that Yahweh commanded Moshe, so did the children of Israel. Verse 6. And there were certain men who were defiled by the dead body of a man, that they could not keep the Passover on that day. They came before Moshe and before Aharon on that day.
So look, understand the Most High don't make us robots. When y'all see something or y'all feel or hear something, y'all, we need to adhere to it. These are the people saying, wait a minute, we understand the law, but what about this perspective? The Most High got every thought that we could have already worked out. He wants at least us to come to him and ask him about certain things. You know, and if it's righteous, the Most High gonna put it out. He gonna say, you have answered well. Or y'all, we be just robots and truly in a cult. Because this is your decision to do the will of the Most High. He's not forcing your hand. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 6. And they came before Moses and before Aharon on that day. Verse 7. And those men said unto him, we are defiled by the dead body of a man. Wherefore we are kept back, that we may not offer an offering of Yahweh in his appointed season among the children of Israel. So they basically saying, look, I can't meet the doctor's appointment because of this situation. So what's the first thing is understood about this man? This man knows the what about this situation? He knows the law. He's telling you why I couldn't make the doctor's appointment. But the Most High say, ain't no excuse about my laws. They're not going to drop to a number. If we say 613, there's more or there could be less of laws. That's a number we can count, but there's statutes and judgments.
It could be more or less, but it's not going to drop if it's 613 down to 612.
No.
That ain't happening. Because everybody will start dropping off. And we'll be right back to do as thou will. Because we're making excuses for not keeping it. Every situation has an answer. Man or woman, and what about if it's this time? The answer's in here. The answer ain't a group of men meeting together and what we gonna do about this. The final word comes out of here because it's already been looked at. Y'all think all them people leaving Egypt wasn't nobody in a bad shape or position below the belt line? Read some more.
Verse 8. And Moshe said unto them, stand still, and I will hear what the Most High will command concerning you.
See, what he say? What was he going to do when he go take it to him? He was going to do what?
And I will hear what the Most High will command concerning you.
See, he said the Most High will command something. There are going to be more righteous instruction concerning this matter so you don't get into your own thought process. He is going to give you new instructions on your question. So you won't have to, nobody will be looking at somebody else when he went and hollered at the Lord and you know, the Lord agreed. No, the Lord is going to give another commandment concerning this issue that's already been on the earth before. Ain't going to be nothing new for us that was different for Adam. There ain't no difference, y'all. He's the same yesterday as when?
Day and tomorrow.
Day and tomorrow. And y'all, we ain't lived the day, so ain't no need us even talking about yesterday. How? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 9. And Yah spake unto Moshe, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey of 4 months, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Most High.
And y'all, when we look at this spiritually, when you're talking about being around a dead body, when you understand the order of Melchizedek, the law of the flesh and the law of the spirit, it talks about being spiritually dead. So we have to look at that first. Because dead, physically dead, gonna be all around you all the time. We have 10 people at the Passover because you couldn't go to the funeral. The undertaker show better not be there. Yeah, what about the embalmers? He can't never come. So we're talking about first being wrapped up with something spiritually dead. If you know you locked and loaded into Christianity, the doctrine of it, or Muhammedism, Buddhism, you're around a dead body. You're unclean. That first, spiritually. And then we start getting down to the contamination of a physical dead body. That if you were in position and in position or something happened, you was holding the dead body, holding them to the ambulance, got there and they died in your arms. Now you have contamination on you because you have dead blood with no more oxygen in it. You have to make a decision with all this on me. Should I show up to a clean assembly function in your own mind first and clearly understand it consciously, because it still don't allow you to miss the Passover. You still ain't missing it. You may be delayed with it, waiting on the second one to come around. But see, what I wanted everybody to understand was this man came and said, this is the reason I couldn't keep it.
Right.
It wasn't nobody else coming for somebody else and trying to explain it for them. Well, you know, man, all them babies and, you know, man, his boss told him this was the last. Don't care about none of that. If he ain't coming and explaining it for himself, because y'all, this is a doctor's appointment. Whoever show up for somebody that's going to mix their appointment? Any of y'all ever went for y'all other and told the doctor why he ain't there? You have to call, don't you? I want to change my appointment.
Gotta reschedule.
This, what's the deal? Why are you rescheduling? This prevents me from coming. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 11. The 14th day of the second month.
Of the what month?
Second month.
Uh-huh.
At even, they shall keep it and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. They shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it.
So, y'all, we have to get some clear understanding about this. If you have in your mind about the physical unclean first, then the second month, the third month, the fourth month, it's going to be the same, at least for a woman. 30 days is 30 days, ain't it? Mm-hmm. You don't get the year off till the Passover change for another day. You got to get prepared. If that one was too grievous, you got round 2 coming to get it together for that one. If that has to be done at home, it has to be done at home. But we can't cross-contaminate at a doctor's visit. The doctor washes his hand every time from coming from another patient to you. If you don't see him washing his hand, if he dig his finger up to the first knuckle and then say, let me touch where it hurt at, that's going to be a problem, man. You're going to be like, wait a minute, do you washing your hands? Didn't you come from next door? I heard that coughing through the wall next door, and you ain't going to wash your hands. So in like manner, y'all, go ahead, bro. You going to go down to 15? Yeah.
14. Verse 12. They shall leave none of it until the morning, nor break any bone of it. According to all the ordinances of the Passover, they shall keep it. Verse 13. But the man that is clean and is not in a journey,
right,
and forbeareth to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from his people, because he brought not the offering of Yahweh in his appointed season, that man shall bear his sin.
See, y'all, and if you just sitting around, oh man, yeah, I heard about they doing it down there, man. Well, what is 7 days, ain't it? Not the Passover, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So if you decide I'm just not going to go for whatever personal reason, that's on you. That's on you if you miss your doctor's appointment and you strong enough, got gas in the car and can go. You want to keep watching Judge Judy watching your written and then nod off and miss the Pesach. See, and then you talking about a second makeup. No, we don't play games like that. We're not going to play them around here with the assembly. We're not going to fool you. We studying this manuscript, we understand it on both sides of the coin. There's something called, what circumstances? Special circumstances. This is called a special circumstance. We know when we hear special circumstances versus you just was scratching and forgot. Read on, man. You finished with that?
Hey, y'all see the makeup, or what you call the makeup Passover is the next month.
Yeah.
The second month on the same day. Passover is the first month, the evening of the 14th day. If you are unclean and can't make it by reason of anything that's on the list, then it's the very next month. The second month, the 14th day at evening, kept the same exact way.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? And with Dan going in, that is not there for slackers. Someone that's playing around and not paying attention to the appointed times of the Most High.
Yes, sir.
For somebody that can't make it because they refuse to bring contamination amongst the body. You feel me? Because of dead body, or whatever reason you may be unclean or whatever. You understand? He's saying, okay, we've got to make that up the very next month at the same appointed time.
Yes, sir.
You understand? I know Isaiah was going to say something.
Go ahead, Isaiah.
I got a question, Dave. You had a situation one year we had, we did the makeup Passover celebrated at my house and let them have it.
Right.
But I didn't drink the wine.
Right.
Because I went to our passion. So a couple of brothers got offended. They, why you didn't drink the wine? Why ain't you down here while we going over these scripts? Okay, I'm not drinking the wine. I'm not making a double promise.
See, and
make a double promise. That needs to be understood. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Go ahead, man.
No, but I feel you.
Tell him the question so the world.
Was talking about what happened is he allowed his house to be a spot for a second Passover for brothers and sisters who couldn't make it because of reasons that's on the list. But Isaiah had kept Passover with the camp.
Right.
You feel me? So there's no need for him to be in the basement down there with y'all. He just provided a spot for y'all.
That's right.
But he already kept Passover, so there's no reason for nobody to get offended that he ain't breaking the unleavened bread and drinking the wine and ain't gonna go on a 7-day peace fast with y'all because I already did it.
Y'all understand what he's saying?
He provided the spot. I remember that.
See, and what we're talking about is the instructions say how many days of unleavened bread. If he participate with them, how many days is that? Where y'all read 14 days of unleavened bread. See, the laws have to be kept so that it eliminates this laziness about your doctor appointment. See, he's just a servant and a host. He's like the man that the Messiah said, there's a man with a pitcher. He gonna get the Passover together. That's all he there for. He hosting the spot. He's the man with the pitcher. At this Passover, at the second one, he can't break bread with y'all for that ceremony right. Not saying he can't eat, but he can't do it and be on day number 8, day number 9, day number 10, or we're going to have problems with instruction. So y'all have to understand it's not a 30-day break like he said. So if you're hosting for someone, and look, and notice what he said, there was offense that he didn't. So even for the second, the people that wanted to do it didn't have no understanding of the rescheduled doctor appointment. Still didn't have, right, what we're talking about is still didn't have instruction of the rescheduling of the doctor's appointment. You still come the same way. Still the same way. So that lets us know only thing was in your mind is I just didn't feel like being around y'all this year. Maybe certain of the group I will, and this is not personal. All we're saying, if that is happening, everybody needs to know the rules, especially who hosting, so you don't become into violation of the second Passover because you can. Because what would that mean but gluttony on your part? You like this, yeah. Oh boy, y'all got 3 shoulders for 4 people. And you already like this, and they ain't even broke the scriptures open yet. Y'all, so y'all, these rules are y'all for the living. The law of the flesh is for the dead. See, y'all have to understand why we keep having to go over the law from this perspective. This is what Paul was talking about. That flesh law is going to kill you. It worketh wrath. Because this is wrath now. You don't even know the rules on round 2. So what are we to say? But you just missed the first one. Not about what you really said. If you ain't got your mind right on the second one, then we know what the first one was about. Ain't no third month.
Then Solomon, he give you a whole year to get it right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, we be acting like we going to the Passover a week before the Passover.
Right.
Forgive me, brothers, if I offended you.
No.
Negro, you should have did that a year ago.
Right.
Like you can get the leaven out of your house all year round.
Right.
We always wait until it's 5 days out. Now you want to call my phone about something you was offended about 6 months ago.
Right.
You should have checked that then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
you know who you offended.
Right. And then if I offended you, forgive me. No, there's rules to that. You just can't opt it out in a text message. There's rules to if I offended you. I just can't put it out there and you respond back, Todah, bro. Now it's bad on their part. Don't forgive nobody lest they repent. Those are the rules of part of the other one, Luke 17, 1-4. If they repent, forgive them. If I offended you, I'm coming with repentance first. Man, I will never do that again. Hell, I'm just throw the offense out there. It could be 10. Which one you talking about? That's just to one individual. What about the other 16 you finna send text messages to? Y'all, so we're not playing around with that.
And then before you keep going, Dan, and the thing about yeast is, like, and this is why he used leavening with this, because leavening is the thing. All you need is just a small dose of it and it blow up big. So you can start off with a little bit of yeast inside of your kidneys, and next thing you know, you got cancer, you got candida. It's so many diseases that come from yeast. Do y'all even know yeast is actually mucus? It's actually a form of mucus, mucinoid plaque.
Right.
So he put it in a perspective to show you, you can't just get rid of that in one day. So why not start working on it all year round? Work on it all year round. That way when you meet your appointment, you know you're going to the doctor's office clean anyway.
You better. And look, you got to be careful when this feast day over. And you don't go stack up on yeast.
If you drink a 12-pack tonight, something
right.
wrong.
Look, because you're going to get loaded up. It's just like the body ain't ate in 30 days. You can't go get a Whopper. You got to get some beef broth. A Whopper will kill you. Yo, you go get a whole pizza by yourself and tell them that's y'all's to split. This one mine. You can't load yeast back up like that again. It's going to be a problem, y'all. It still has to be done in moderation. You have to groom yourself back into that diet because your stomach done shrunk.
Yeah.
Mally said he now seen the top 3 nooses in his shoes where the strings go through. 2 belt sizes he done lost. If y'all been on unleavened bread like you should be, there should be 2 notches in that belt that you see them before that. It should be 1. Okay, bro. Well, I told him too. Yeah, I showed you my belt. So, y'all, that's what it's designed for, so that you start fresh in the new year. It gives you basically a desired weight, so to speak, to maintain for the rest of the year.
Feel good.
You feel good. Because every time you look at donuts, no, it got leaven in it. Every time you look at this, no. So you have went through 7 days of cutting out all yeast products that's going to shrink your stomach.
And it's stripping your mind. You said no. You said no to lust.
You're right. Right. And y'all, what we are talking about is commandment keeping, and it works. Y'all, there's not no new fast to go on next week. We're not going to do the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the new fast of y'all heard about, like they do the Daniel diet, whatever they call it. That wasn't no diet program. His life was on the line. There ain't no new Jenny Craig membership you going to join up with the Daniel fast. Got nothing to do with you losing weight to look good. That was about your life on the line. And the life of that soldier was on the line. So, y'all, we want to make it clear, y'all, we get understanding first. This is spiritual way more than it's physical. And, y'all, these are out here for these reasons, but we got to follow the rule. Anybody, I'm saying this, move on, man. Anybody hosting a second Passover, you are just the host. You are the servant. You are the man with the picture. That's it. And you make sure you got everything, because you're the host of the house. Everything has to be there for them so it goes off smooth. They got all their utensils. They got everything they need because you already participated. So at the least of it, you'll be an overseer to make sure that they're going in their proper order. Hey, bro, you want to make sure y'all going to toast here. Hit them scripts right there. And y'all moving on. You step back and you let them enjoy the Passover. Let them enjoy what you enjoy. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, and then what y'all keep going into how you see how all week you was self-conscious about what you was eating. You feel me? And what you was drinking the entire week. You was reading ingredients. Now I can't eat that. Googling ingredients. Now they got yeast extract, but that got, you feel me? The whole week you went over and beyond to make sure you didn't violate. Exactly. You feel me? So if you can do that for something, for a lust such as hunger. Hunger is a strong desire.
Sure is, bro.
You get hungry, boys. It's some things gonna get tore limb from limb.
That's right.
Right? But if you could be that self-conscious about what you're doing based off what you put in your mouth, what else can you resist?
Sin in your mind.
Saying in your mind.
You feel me? Adultery, idolatry, whatever. The Most High just trained you up all week. And every time you had a desire to go get you, I don't care if it was a vegan burger. If the bun had
leaven in it,
it had been violation.
Yes, sir.
If you were a double burger from 54th Street, bar and grill, right? The whole week you were circumspect about the things you put down your throat. The entire week. You feel me? Now, that don't stop today.
Right.
You feel me?
That's right.
With anything that you strongly desire that you can do without, you now then prove to yourself, God already know what it is, to yourself that what? You got the power to resist temptation.
That's right.
You actually have it. That's a beautiful thing. You done desire things like, dang, I can't eat them donuts. Dang, I can't eat them. You feel me? All week, you actually been circumspect about what you've been drinking and what you've been eating. I can't drink that. I can't eat that. You understand? Now, if you can do that for food, you can do that for inappropriate sex.
That's right. I can't say that.
Stealing.
I can't do that.
Adultery.
I can't do that.
Idolatry.
I can't do that.
Malice.
I can't do it.
Anything that you tempted to do that you know you ain't supposed to be doing, you now know you got the strength to do it.
And them same instructions that's on the back of these bottles that we've been reading to make sure there ain't no yeast. You got your Bible for the other stuff.
That's right.
I can't, no, I ain't got yeast in there. That's leaven, that's sin. Let me put this back on the shelf.
Work to the flesh.
And understand the most blessed thing about this, y'all. Did he ever say you can't eat bread?
No.
What did he say you can't eat?
No bread with leaven.
He ain't taking nothing from you. He ain't never took bread from y'all.
Actually, your benefits. Your benefit to you.
He just showed you how I'll never take anything from you. I'm just going to take what may be causing a problem from you to see how you sustain. But he never took bread from us. So, y'all, it ain't like you're being punished for not eating bread. You just got to learn what bread you can eat.
That's for your benefit. It's your training. Even doing what's called the Day of Atonement. You deny yourself flesh, bread, and water for 24 hours.
That's right.
That's actually training for you. Yep. Look at it as a benefit. You're like, look, if I can deny this strong craving, step it up a notch. What else can I deny?
That's right.
That's plaguing me and tempting me. You realize nobody in there has an excuse from here on out. You physically denied something that you crave. And you drive by White Castle.
Joe did.
You smell it.
Right.
One of them what? Them crave cases.
Yes, right.
But you go to make it right, you go, hold on, it's a piece of unleavened bread. I can't eat no bread.
And I'm tripping. And look, man, not to cut you off, but just let you know, if you don't get a control on being hungry and how to balance out, you know, if you have to grab a bag of sunflower seeds or something like that to balance out till you get to the next point, hunger will overpower you. Sister just right out here, we at the garden. I got a Big Daddy burger.
Sure did.
Took a bite. She said, "What you doing?" I said, "What you mean?" She said, "What you doing?"
Man, you was called slipping.
Yeah.
Called slipping.
And I might as well been slipping with him. He walked right past.
I'm spitting it out, but tongue just feeling like it had I had ate a yeast packet. At that point after that, because it's mentally now. Ask forgiveness and move on. Straighten the next 6 one out. Straighten the next 6 out. You don't get to start over and quit then and start over. You got to recognize I was tripping that quick. That quick, they could have asked me, your soul or a piece of bread.
See that?
Look, and went through there to get a taco, but they said, how about trying the Big Daddy burger? You get 2 of them. I say, no, just 1 of them. But they're at the low price and forgot all about where I was at.
You know how easily you get distracted, though. What you learn? You learn from that.
Yes, sir. Stay on guard always. What you got? Hold on, let me get you right. You've been leaning behind that post for a week. Go ahead, bro.
You said something earlier about when people were keeping Passover on their own because they were mad about something.
Yeah.
If somebody has a side Passover who say, well, I got beef right now with the camp, so we gonna keep the Passover in the crib by ourselves. You in violation.
Yeah,
you in violation.
Leaven it. That's leavening all day long.
Only, yo, if it's the malice, he say, I'm staying back because mentally I ain't as clean as I need to be going around there. I ain't gonna have no whispering going on when I walk through the door. Daddy go, look at him, they locking eyes. Yeah, he got that look, boy. He got that look like, I wish you would. We're not, if you feel that that could be a problem, somebody else may know what's going on between y'all two. If you stayed at home because of that, you did a righteous thing. You didn't bring contamination to the body.
Or yourself.
So you quarantined yourself. So y'all, that's all we talking about. Anybody, the Passover is said, if you're able to get with the assembly, get with the assembly. But if that don't permit, you still cannot pass it up. You have to still do it wherever you at. You must have bread and wine first. Lamb and the rest of it is second. But bread and wine is the requirement rights for the order of Melchizedek priest. This world priest. If you ain't got that and you just got lamb, you got a picnic.
Your belly is your God.
What is it, bro?
And your belly have became your God.
Your belly is your God at that point. Short-legged class. And y'all, let me say this too. Y'all short-leggers, when y'all send them for bathroom breaks, no, I ain't gonna say that now. I'll come over there and tell you. Okay. All right.
Make sure
Go
you
ahead.
know.
Okay. All right.
Hebrew band.
He needs, bro.
It was on.
Uh-huh. Right, so it's natural to you, but as you continue to do it, y'all, but you have to practice it to know when you do it. Look, every year, all it is, y'all, is you going for your yearly physical. Right. But y'all,
that was a slap.
Y'all, but look, y'all, we got to understand the workings of the flesh just don't include fleshly meats.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll start mental anyway. And you actually get down to it though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting off subject or nothing, but it's amazing, even for people that disbelieve in the scriptures. If you just read it from a scientific view, right? Once a year, you get to cleanse your whole body of yeast and candida.
Yeah.
Once a year, you get to fast, an intermediate fast where you re-jumpstart your immune system. You know what I'm saying? It teaches you character. It teaches you how to be a father, a mother, a husband, a wife, how to raise your children, how your children should be. So anybody that's going against the scripture, it's like, look, I understand you ain't agreeing with this so-called spiritual side, but look, let's talk about this physical side here. You telling me that this is bad for you? That this is bad for you to be in a righteous mindset?
No.
For you to eat healthy? For you not to harm your brother?
No.
For you not to be lying? Like, if you actually look at it, like, the Bible is not only your historical health book, it's not only your psychological health book, but it's your actual health book, your physical health book too.
That's right.
And just imagine if we apply all aspects at one time. That's a God in the flesh.
It's all good.
Beautiful.
Y'all, and understand what he's saying. You can continue with that slimmer look throughout the rest of the year, but it's only ordered for 7 days. So y'all, let's not get it misunderstood. He's not saying I'm taking it away for the rest of the year. If you look at it and say, this is good for me, I think I'm gonna roll with this here on out. Ain't no harm, no fault, but it's for 7 days. You can go back to your bread. You just can't wait to do it and have a loaf this big, waiting for the countdown, almost sundown. Almost sundown, and then just bite through the bag. Oh, I couldn't wait for that to be over. That's a problem. It's always gonna be a problem because you just can't go back like that. You have to gradually go back. It's still giving you time, like bro saying, I think I'm gonna rock with this here on out. But if you choose not to, at least you get to see what a year difference of this does for you, how much it knock off of you. And you say, well, know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut it down to half of that. I'm gonna do this, but if you do 7 days, you still in line with the instructions. Y'all have to understand that. You know, but if you like feeling lighter, you know, you're walking lighter. You know how big people dance and they like they dancing on cotton. You be like, man, why is he like that? He 20 pounds heavier than me, but it looked like he dancing on a cloud. You get lighter. Who got a question? Y'all, we're going to move on. We got to hit a couple of these scripts, y'all. We're going to get into this breaking the bread. Who got it? Where they at?
Verse 14.
Okay.
We can do verse 14.
All right.
Verse 14. And if a stranger,
If a who?
and if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto Yah, according to the ordinance of the Passover.
According to the what?
Ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. He shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land.
So we did the first 40 Passovers in the wilderness, and there were strangers from Egypt among us, and they kept in on those Passovers as well, under the same order. You just can't have nobody hanging around you, and they're not under the order. So this is the misunderstanding of people that they tomorrow all the nations gonna serve you and do this and that. You're not gonna have Hitlers and Mussolinis and some of them crazy Mudubus and Darren Wilson, all of them, black, white, green, Chinese, all of them are not going to be nursing kings and nursing mothers to your children. They're not going to be. How you going to trust that? Yeah, it won't be that. If they're nursing like we nurse their children, you have to get that in your mindset. If you're going to have somebody so wicked, you just want to whoop the flesh off of them, nursing your children. Because what are they going to nurse them with? The same wickedness they got, ain't it? So we're going to move on, y'all. We got that understanding. Any questions out there online concerning the second Passover? Okay, so we're going to move on so we can break bread with the fam. Shabbat shalom, y'all. So let's get right to it, man. I want to let's get right to it to Matthew, the leavening of the Pharisees.
Matthew 16.
Yeah. So, y'all, we get a clear understanding, y'all, because we think if we get all of the food out of our house, and y'all, the Most High ain't never told us to throw away nothing. Does get out mean throw away? He said get it out of your houses. There's storage bins, there's other things, but you don't throw food away. Let's get that understood. If you got to get a carton and put it in the trunk of your car, it says get it out of your houses. Where did throw it in the trash can come in at in the instructions?
If you move it from where it's normally at, then you're conscious when you go to touch it. Oh, I ain't supposed to touch this. That's why, okay. Because I got caught like that the first year. A little bit of crumbs or pretzels in a bag sitting on the counter.
Right.
As soon as I turned it up.
Boy, that shake left.
Yeah, turned it up. Then I said, oh, I just tripped.
Boy, and he knew he was in trouble.
I didn't move it.
Knew he was in trouble at that point. No, I didn't swallow it. Yeah, well.
No, it was swallowed.
Try to whistle and see what fly out of your mouth. Just whistle. For all them cracker crumbs. Go ahead, where we at?
Matthew 16, verse 5.
So y'all, the main thing, get it out of here. You loading all that up, you dumping the trash can. If you still got that in there and you ain't jumped in the trash can, it's a problem. You need to jump in the trash can with it. If you ain't got it out of here first, get in the trash can and just stay in there. Let the truck throw you in there and take you on down the street. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 5. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten to take bread. Then Yahushua said unto them, take heed and beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
See, so we start off, they forgot to take what with them?
Bread.
Something to eat because we on a journey. We got what we need. He didn't go right into that. How you gonna leave the bread, man? What if we get? He went right into clearing your mind first. of what bread you really need to be searching for, so to speak, and be wary of. Go ahead, bro.
And they reasoned among themselves, saying, it is because we have taken no bread. Which then Yahweh shall perceive. He said unto them, O ye of little faith.
O ye of what?
Of little faith. Why reason ye among yourselves? Because ye have brought no bread? Do ye not yet understand, neither remember the 5 loaves of the 5,000, and how many baskets ye took up?
So he asked them, the little of faith mean y'all concerned with what's in them satchels, and I can turn these stones into bread if we got hungry. Y'all with me. Y'all done watch 1,000 fish come on shore. You done pulled up baskets you ain't never seen before, and y'all got a concern about physical bread, and we got this work to do. Y'all thinking about your bellies. Oh, ye of little faith. Y'all ain't even thinking about me. Y'all more concerned about your belly. We ain't got no bread. We ain't got no bread. He perceiving that thought. They don't understand the bread of life is in the midst of them.
Right in the midst of them.
What'd you get back there, Uzziah? What'd it say? Go ahead, read it out loud, y'all.
And the devil said unto him, if thou be the Son of God,
Right.
command these stones that he may bread. And Jesus answered him, saying, it is written, that man shall not live by bread alone. But every word of God.
So we see right there again, the temptation came from the devil to get at your belly. When you hungry, see, this belly shouldn't get as hungry as this one. Because this one can tame this one. It can tell it, no, you're going to wait. You're going to wait. How if it's good for your children, you can tell them to wait. Didn't I tell y'all to wait? It ain't ready yet. Go back in there. Don't come back in here. I'll call you when it's ready. Now how we grown and can't do it. Man, ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
You grown and can't do it.
You eat while you cooking.
When we gonna eat?
You eat while you cooking. Children
Right.
had nothing.
You just looking at every fast food restaurant you drive. No, we gonna wait till we get home. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 10. Neither the 7 loaves of the 4,000, and how many baskets you took up?
And how many baskets you took up, y'all? LOs, leftovers. How many? Count the LOs. So this ain't about food. Look, y'all mind in the wrong place. Y'all ready to party for real. Y'all thinking picnic. Go ahead, bro.
How is it that you do not understand that I spake it not to you concerning bread, that ye should beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees? Verse 12. Then understood they how that he bade them not to beware of the leaven of the bread, but of the doctrine of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees.
So this is another point to lamb back off of what we're talking about. See, he didn't want them to think about bread at that point that where you have to constantly think about it, fast moving bread or bread on the run. Bread on the run always going to be unleavened bread, so to speak. He said, I'm not talking about that. I don't want y'all to get it in your mind that you can't have leavened bread. But I'm talking about what leavened bread you can't never have because you can't get into the kingdom.
Right.
Except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of who? You can't do what? Into the kingdom of heaven.
I'm going to see it
The whole time. So if you're not understanding false doctrine, bread ain't going to do you no good. You just will be healthy in your casket. And you be like, damn, they ain't even wiped that off his mouth. And you laying up there like this.
See that though? At that point, all that plant-based veganisms and apothecary and herbs, that don't mean nothing.
Nothing.
You got sin on your heart and you die. One thing about the health nutrition and one thing about the center is they both die alike.
That's it, they do. Absolutely, bro. So we're gonna hold that, man. We get right to the feast. Let us keep the feast. Y'all, we're gonna get this on. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 5.
Got that one board.
And while I'm at it, y'all, for y'all, all y'all that got a pocket, if we can get up, I don't know. I know that it's been messing up a little bit, but Sirach, chapter 44, 19 to the end, we got to hit that because we're understanding on this side, when the scripts in Romans, different things say who Abraham, who is the father of us all, he's talking about the father of that covenant that was made. This don't exclude Adam and different things, but the covenant to bring us back to the fold, the belief covenant, the belief in faith. Before any rituals are performed, you have to believe first before you take on the commandments. You can't get the commandments and you don't believe, you're going to fight against them. They're going to become wrath to you. Well, I can't do that either. See, now it sounds like a burden to you. It's grievous to you. Well, I can't do that either. And your face tear up. Boy, your face will toe up on that video when you ate that bitter herb. That's what that bitter herb is for. So you think about the bondage. So y'all, we want to be clear, y'all, on understanding the script. The law of the flesh, mostly from Aaron's perspective. And to go with that number 9, I meant to say this too, put it up there for a minute, that Jubilees 49. A lot of people going to go there. But they don't understand. They call Jubilees little Genesis. So it's coming from a 90% priesthood of Aaron. So you got to fill in the blanks just like we do for the first 5 books of the scripts about the law. It's Messiah based now. You have to move the same way with Jubilees. But Jubilees 49th chapter, starting about 15 on down, deal with the first Passover. And if you miss the Passover, and the instructions if you voluntarily miss it. Same thing in Jubilees 49. So make sure y'all check that out, but look at it from the Melchizedek perspective. 15 on down. I believe about 15. You'll see right where it starts to talk about the Passover. So where we at?
1 Corinthians 5, verse 6 and 8 through 8. Your glorying is not good.
Right.
Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump?
Y'all see that? Just a little bit leaveneth the whole lump. And when y'all say, like, what it's saying is you could just take a bite of some or different something. You say, I feel bloated. You know, like ice cream, you feel what they call lactose intolerant at that point. You feel like you done swirl up that much from just one bite. So that's a little bit maybe causing a problem. You have to relook at what's causing that problem, y'all. Y'all, children can eat a whole loaf of bread and don't affect them at all. Children love bread more than meat. I want some bread, especially them Hawaiian rolls. They eat a whole pack by themselves. You almost have to stop and tell them, yo, you just gonna eat all that bread, but it's sustaining the soul of an innocent.
Little jokers eat that like candy.
And look at the metabolism.
Yeah.
Overload, burning it off. You hit 16, start eating that
Boy, how about 16 plus a couple?
It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And look, y'all know
scores with it.
Yeast it inflames the stomach. It blows up your stomach. Same thing that sin do. That little bitty sin, you look up a year later.
Yeah.
A heap of trouble.
It then blew up.
Sin that blew up on you all just from that little bitty white lie. Now you done told a big lie. You gotta keep telling it again.
Got to keep telling it.
You
got to circle back.
Adultery. You thought that secret get uncovered, don't you? Y'all see what happened with David?
Yeah.
So we see it start off from you looking. It start off from the lust, and then it blows up.
Yeah.
Just like yeast do. Just like yeast.
Yes, sir.
Like an avalanche, man.
Right.
My little leaven the whole lump.
That's right. See, so if we're warned against the leaven of the Pharisees, then there's some leavening that's safe for us.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Sister Dinah Israel and Wine said them Hawaiian rolls have to be similar to mine.
Hey, boy. Y'all know. Look, it's going to be some Hawaiian rolls bought this evening, ain't it?
Kingdom Bound said he had a question for you.
Go ahead.
it says, okay, so once you do trip, how do you go from after that? So if you slip up and you do eat yeast, he said, how you prepare after that?
Repent. Same thing as sin. It's the same thing, because what do you do when you sin? And these are, y'all, what we call faults. A fault is different from a sin. The script tells us to confess our faults to one another, not our sins. We go in our closet to confess your sins. Your fault, all of my bads, y'all, if you mess up, not intentionally, mine drifted, and you had a my bad, you make sure you tell the Most High, Lord, have mercy on me. I tripped. At least you acknowledging, I ain't on my game like I thought I was. I slipped that quick. What that may mean is you got too much going on. If you're working too hard during this time, that brings hunger on at a faster pace. Because you're working, because you're using energy now. When you burn energy in this dying flesh, it's not like supernatural flesh. It has to recover immediately. Everybody that go in the spirit, the minute they come out, you have to give them bread. Same thing with the Messiah. For 40 days, the angels ministered to him and gave him bread after he completed his mission. Lucifer tried to get him to eat bread during the mission. So
it's like with anything,
yeah.
Overload on anything, too much of anything is a trap.
Yeah.
Too much of anything is bad for you. The thing is, whether it comes down to how we eat everything, we overload on everything.
Right.
Everything. You feel me? Like even flesh for breakfast.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like we had flocks, so you mean to tell me we just killing our flocks like that? You understand? Any of it, anything that we do, too much bread is bad for you. Too much water.
Yeah.
It's called water intoxication.
Yes, sir. What did it do for you, man?
Too much anything, it'll flush you out. You have a heart attack.
That's right.
It's all flushing out potassium in your body. That's needed for your muscles and all that, so your muscles start cramping, the same as your heart.
What is the heart?
Heart is a muscle.
A heart is a muscle.
And that start cramping up. So the whole thing is too much of anything for you is a trap.
Y'all think about that, what this brother said, not to cut y'all mouth. A Charlie horse in your chest.
It's called a heart attack. That's what it's called.
You know what about in the calf? No, don't touch it, don't touch it. And you can't straighten it out. Now get that Charlie horse in that muscle right here in the center of your chest. Go ahead, man.
No, that's all I was saying.
Yeah.
Most High trains us up all the time to deny. Like he'll give us certain things in the flesh to deny. That way, when it comes to something that's really plaguing, something you really going through, like, brother, I'm weak right there. Now, everybody here now knows if you just went through this unleavened bread, you got the power to resist any of that. You feel me? I don't care if it's the brothers tripping about something, the sisters, whatever. You just showed, or just proved, as Most High already know, you just showed yourself that I actually have the power to resist temptation. I haven't. Because you dodged Leaven all week.
That's right.
You feel me? Consciously.
Right.
Every time you went out, you're like, let me read the ingredients. I don't know if it, look, if I got a question that got Leaven, I ain't even gonna eat.
I ain't gonna even eat.
You feel me? You duck every temptation this week dealing with just simply food. You feel me? What that can say about anything else you weak on, man. It's rhetorical. You don't gotta answer, testimony and nothing like that. But look, you know what you weak in and what's plaguing and what you secretly lust after.
That's right.
If you can dodge food, like, look, you crave food. You understand? If you can straight discipline your belly off for 7 days, not to eat no leaven, what else can you do about anything else for you?
That's right.
Discipline your mind not to get into sin.
So let's get this clear. There is nobody that's an addict that ain't doing what had them in the position to be an addict. See, so when you talk about 12-step program, whatever it takes to get you off of that, but you cannot introduce yourself as the sin that you done repented for. Hello, I'm Willie, and I'm an addict. When was the last time you did that addiction? You're not addicted to anything for this dying flesh but bread and water. The spiritual will sustain you, we know, for at least 40 days. After that, it may get real hectic. But at least we know you know how to eat for over a month, spiritually. So, y'all, we don't want to fool ourselves.
Scripture tell you to resist the devil and
he'll flee from you.
You got the power
Yeah.
to conquer whatever it is that's plaguing you. You got it. It's just we love to lay down. It's so wickedly sweet.
That's what it is.
Instead of you identifying your enemy spiritually, you understand, and saying, no, seek's taken. You can't sit there.
Right.
I don't like you or your mom.
The law of the flesh.
Yeah, be not cool. How your day going?
Right. None of that.
You can't come on. I don't got no water. For
None.
What's the crazy part is what Dan said earlier. When it comes to ourselves, we don't do that, but we train our children that way. They fall and hit their head, shake it off, mind over matter.
Yeah, you be all right.
You be all right.
They get to shaking, they going off playing again.
Right. Go get that green alcohol.
We calling 911. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we training our children up to be this spiritual weapon for God, but we not doing it for ourselves. Which is, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's great.
Where we at, y'all?
1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even the Messiah, Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Verse 8. Therefore, let us keep the feast. Now with the old leaven.
Let us do what?
Therefore, let us keep the feast.
So for anybody that's talking about not keeping the feast, if you don't understand the first 40 was the same commandment was about in Jerusalem. It said the tabernacle. The tabernacle was with us. The Ark of the Covenant and the curtains, all the instructions in Exodus on how to build the tabernacle to house the Ark of the Covenant. That traveled with us. That's the word of the Most High with us. That's the tabernacle. If it wasn't, then they're violating the same rules that, well, you can't keep it outside of Jerusalem. Well, the first 40 was kept outside of Jerusalem before David settled the matter. And we had the first Passover there. So, y'all, what we're talking about is understanding what is the tabernacle, what is the law of the Lord. If it's traveling with you, you have the tabernacle of the Lord with you. There ain't no excuses to get out of your doctor's appointment. If you miss a year, it may be doubled up what's wrong with you. Once a year, he said, come see me, y'all. Come to the doctor. Let me check you over. Do a once over for you. A once over. Then you be good. Go ahead. Take this prescription with you for 7 days. Yeah, detox prescription for 7 days. Make sure you take all of it. Because if we cut it short, y'all, and getting back to bro's question, if you mess up, repent and keep it going. You got 6 more days to go. You got 7. And next year you say, I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better because what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down the slip points.
Yeah.
So that I don't blame nobody but myself. I'm going to write down how I slipped.
I was off guard.
I was off guard right there.
That White Castle's hat.
That Burger King, that Wendy's, 3 in a row. I was weakened. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. See, they shouldn't allow 3. No, that ain't got nothing to do with what they allow. Drive past it like you don't see it. Go ahead, bro. Where we at? Let's finish this up, y'all, so we can get this toast on.
Verse 8. Therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Keep the feast, man.
Where we at? Go on down. I want you to go down to
That's verse 8.
verse 8. Go on, finish that out. That's very good to finish this out, y'all, because this clears out the leavening as well. Go ahead, bro. Finish that out.
Verse 9.
I
wrote unto you in the epistles, not to company with fornicators, yet not to altogether with the fornicators of this world, or with covetous, or extortioners, or with idolaters. For then must ye needs to go out of the world.
So he like, look, I told y'all about the outsiders. I got to tell y'all about the inside again. Let's get with the inside process again. Y'all got rid of them crackers over there. Y'all got your cabinets clean of the outsiders. No, bro. Feast unleavened bread, man. I hang with y'all in 7 days. I'll holler back at y'all. You got rid of the outsiders. Let's read some more.
But now I have written unto you not to keep company. If any man that is called a brother.
Called a what?
Called a brother.
Uh-huh.
Be a fornicator, or covetous, or an idolater, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, with such in one, no, not to eat.
Not to do what?
Not to eat.
So we're still talking about keeping the feast, right? But we can't keep it with them.
That sounds like
You can't eat with them.
that's internal cellular cleanse.
What, bro?
Internal cellular cleanse.
Boy, you done went way up in the atmosphere with that one. That's way past 35,000 feet. No, you ain't gonna get that on American Airlines. They only go 35,000. He went way up on that. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh. What you got, Uzziah? So we're gonna keep reading. It's gonna answer itself. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
For what have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within, but them that are without, God judges.
Who gonna judge them?
Yahweh judges.
Don't worry about them. See, they could be still outside, inside the house. If you living with somebody, you can't start throwing their crackers away in your room downstairs or down the hall. You renting your room. You don't rent the kitchen. You don't rent the cupboards, what they bring in. You be throwing it in all these crackers. And she walk in, what the hell is you doing? Getting the leavening out. And then next thing you know, they put you in the trash can too and take it all out. So it handles it both ways, bro. Because we always gonna have, y'all, we have to understand, the foes of our household are our enemies. See, the Most High gonna deal with them that are without, the people at your job, other nations. He'll deal with them. But those of the household, you have to have your mind right about where you at. You can't take over nobody's nothing. Got to have your mind straight. You got to make sure you have at least bread, enough chicken change for bread and wine. Bread and juice, bread and whatever will come down this. If that's all you got in your small space because you're here, you're participating in the feast. Let us eat. What do you think brothers gonna have to keep? And they cellmate is a Muslim. Both of us on a 20-year bid. Huh? Not completely. They're feasting off of Allah. So what we're talking about is we got to always look at the poor in Israel. And poor just don't mean you got no money in your pocket. You're put in a position they don't have the liberty that we have to express ourselves, to be just riding and stand out there and go watch the bones be burned. They ain't got that liberty, y'all. But they're not excluded from keeping the Passover. Make some hooch for a different reason. Up in there. Hooch and bread. So if that's what you want to have, you got your bread and wine. Pray over it. Did we finish that up, that last verse? Go ahead.
But them that are without, Yahweh judges.
Right.
Therefore, put away from among yourselves that wicked person.
See, y'all, so we make sure that we eat together, y'all. Y'all don't want nobody there eating and you know somebody say they cooking and they never wash their hands when they come out of the bathroom. And you be like, she be like, why won't nobody touch my muffins and my roasted chicken? I'm using the finest herbs. Not them herbs you use. No. You may have corn on your hand. That's far as I'm going to tell you. But let's hit this last one. Sirach. Yeah, we got to hit that, but I want to hit this last Sirach 44:19 down so we understand the breaking of bread starting with this Melchizedek order on why he was given that promise. It just goes into deeper detail with the 15th chapter of Genesis with Abraham. So y'all, this is kind of a little bit more detail on Abraham's understanding belief, as well as like we go to Genesis 26, 4 and 5, of why the Most High said, Abraham kept all my commandments. Y'all, and understand the law of the flesh and the laws of the spirit. Two different laws, y'all, when y'all reading Paul's letter. Because he always come back and say, is the law then sin? God forbid. Does grace override the law? God forbid. All of it still going to be based off the law on how you move. The difference is you're just not facing the law of wrath. You get up knowing I'm going to be in trouble. Why would I drive out to Chesterfield with these bad plates in this car smoking like the bug truck?
Gotta go to work. Gotta find my way to work.
Right.
I'm a rolling dice.
But you know you taking a chance.
Yeah.
Almost right back across that city limit. Woo! He like, ain't this something? Go ahead, bro. Where we at? He reading from Sirach chapter 44, verse 19 to 23, y'all. We're going to get the last script on. We're going to break bread, y'all.
Yeah.
What you got? Yeah, because I know I'm going to reload that. I'll probably take it home and reload it every time. Yeah, we probably pull it up on the internet though, but go ahead with it. Okay. Don't worry about pulling up on that. For y'all to have y'all apocrypha out there, reading from the 44th chapter of Ecclesiasticus.
Y'all ready? You good?
Yeah, you do. Well, no, that quick, all meals. I mean, we cool up here. So yeah, don't worry about it. We good. Yeah, we got the okay, well, yes, sir. Yeah. Let's get it, y'all.
All right, we're reading in the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach in the Apocrypha.
Yeah.
Reading in chapter 44, we'll start at about verse 19.
Yes, sir. 20, what you say?
To 23.
Okay.
And it reads as follows. Abraham was a great father of many people.
Of how many people?
Of many people.
Uh-huh.
In glory was there none like unto him.
So how dare they say Isaiah can't say the Messiah, one of his titles can't be father? Huh? How you gonna get this to Abraham throughout Genesis and Sirach? He's called the father of us all.
Also Genesis 26.
Yes, sir.
Verse 4 and 5. Abraham kept the laws and commandments of God.
So y'all, we get a clear understanding before Moses. So how you gonna say the promise of the Messiah, he couldn't be everlasting? This is everlasting for Abraham, and we still talking about him? Mm-hmm. How long he been there? We talking about him like we know him, that we can take. I can take you by his house now. Live off of Hall's Ferry in Chambers. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him.
What was he in?
In covenant with him.
See, when y'all read the whole 44th chapter of this is about the covenants and all the men that were made covenant with. Read that whole 44. We just getting down to Abraham.
Before Moses.
Before Moses.
I mean, the law of God and his covenant was in the earth before Moses brought Israel out of Egypt. Moses never met Abraham, right? But God was already in covenant with him, and he was already keeping the commandments of the Most High God, meaning the commandments of God had already been in the earth.
Had already paid tithes and Levi
under the Melchizedek cosmic priesthood,
while he was yet in the loins of Abraham. Tithes had already been paid. But y'all talking about Mount Sinai.
It was oral law before it was written law.
Ooh, go ahead, bro.
That's all you gotta say.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Elisha.
The law was sold in Adam when he breathed the breath of life.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yep.
Just let you know, this is not on the earth. This is something galactic.
We talking about yesterday.
This is galactic, right? This cosmic order is heavenly. This is a heavenly order.
That's right.
Beautiful.
So the truth started in the heaven.
That's right.
And it made its way to earth. Right?
Because Satan wasn't thrown out on earth.
No,
Right.
he was thrown out from heaven to earth. It's all right.
You don't see lightning on the earth going up toward heaven. It comes the other way down. You get struck by lightning.
Game over.
Game over. It split the top of your head before your shoes fly off. It don't go first, your shoes fly off, and then you get the most stooges look up top. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20 again. Who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established the covenant in his flesh.
Where you establish it at?
In his flesh. And when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore, he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise, for Abraham his father's sake, the blessing of all men, and the covenant, and made it rest upon his head, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob.
Of who?
Of Jacob.
Yeah.
He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portions among the 12 tribes. Did he part them?
Did he part them? Yeah, yes, sir. Let's hit that last one, the breaking the bread, y'all. We're gonna break bread, y'all. Y'all out there, I hope y'all got a little juice and bread left over. If you don't have a piece of bread, y'all, should sister the host to get around to you, short leggers. Y'all got y'all juice?
No, everybody should be good and push. Make sure we
Good. Who needs it?
Ooh, you got some too? Huh?
They got the wine right now.
Well, y'all get it on out there. Who ain't got it? Hold your hand up.
Hold your hand up if you ain't got no wine.
Closed mouth don't get fed. Oh, you wasted your.
That's what they all say, sis.
Yo, we got some of those little smaller ones. We should have a whole stack of them. Yo, we got class cups and we got the breaking the bread cup. Should be a whole sleeve of them back there.
Y'all got them cups ready, family online?
Yo, we gotta have it as a taste. It's a taste test.
Everybody good? TT Diamond, you good?
All right, y'all, let's get these scripts on, y'all. We're gonna break bread with our family, y'all. In commemoration, y'all, of what our Messiah did for us. And y'all understand this. I'm gonna say this last thing, and we're gonna move on. The root out of dry ground. Because understand this, a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. You have to understand the Messiah is the root and the offspring.
Right.
He's the root before he's the tree of life. So don't give us about Judas was part of the 12 because he's root. Because we have to understand the Father is the root, So the root bear trees. That's where bad fruit comes from after the tree is born. Not from the root don't bear bad fruit, because the Father made Lucifer also. So he didn't make that would make the Father the bad tree. He's the root of us all. So y'all make sure y'all understand when you see the word root versus the tree. The tree is a product of what? The root. Mm-hmm. This is what it's talking about David. How then does David call him Lord in spirit? Revelation 5:5. I am the root and the what? Offspring of David. But Satan, a tree that was grown, can't produce no good fruit. He ain't gonna never be in it with you to win it. Never.
And Big Dan, what he just said on the root north, he'll let you know that he came before who?
That's right.
Joseph not the fall.
That's right.
That's what that means.
Let's get it, y'all.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 23.
What it say,
Right, look. Now get ready. Have your unleavened bread and your grape juice or your wine ready. We're gonna close the
Say they ready,
Passover
huh?
out. This thing is done once a year.
Yeah.
Not done once a month. What they call communion, no such thing.
That's right.
No such thing. This communion or this breaking of big bread is done once a year at the Passover.
Oh, yeah.
Feast of unleavened bread. Yeah, no, bunnies don't lay eggs either.
That's right.
So, bunnies don't lay eggs. You never had a fried bunny eggs for breakfast.
Right.
Everybody knows this.
That's right.
So the communion that the so-called Sunday church does, them our people, we love them.
Right.
We got people up in various doctrines. But the communion that they do once a month, they're mimicking what was done once a year. And the breaking of bread and the drinking of wine, coming into the bond of the covenant. That's what they mimic.
That's right.
So they came up with their own thing. Like we can't, like if you was able to keep the Passover, you can't keep Passover every month because you want to.
That's right.
You can't say, well, I'm gonna keep Passover. Now, if you want to eat you some lamb every month, do that.
Do that.
If you want to eat you some unleavened bread every month, do that. You want to drink you some wine every month, do that. You just can't call it the Passover.
Say it again, bro.
You can't call it the Passover.
Absolutely.
Passover is done once a year. And it's only a makeup Passover if you unclean and you couldn't make it. Not because you forgot.
That's right.
All right, so the churches are off trying to do this once a month. With little round little crackers with crosses on them. They way off.
Now look at that, man, what you're saying. They do it once a month, but when it comes down to the Passover, they don't do it.
They don't even acknowledge it.
Y'all see that? They have their Easter with plenty leaven. Ain't all the cakes?
Yeah.
And it's eggs.
Yeah.
So not only are they breaking leavened bread, they're also going to be a lot of breaking of wind with all them eggs.
Don't forget the ham.
Yeah, so y'all know
Deviled eggs.
what it's going to be.
The breaking of wind.
Yeah, let's get this on. Go ahead, bro. Yeah. Oh, them eggs.
All right, 1 Corinthians.
Okay, it's, yeah.
Y'all
Okay,
need to get
yeah.
some wine, is
Yeah.
Y'all got some more wine over there?
We got it up here if y'all ain't no more over
We
there.
got some wine over here.
Okay.
The house of Ishua.
Yes, sir.
Bring Israel's in the building.
Y'all hang on just 30 more seconds, y'all.
I don't know, that might be some wine also.
Tarry with our family. Oh, it's already ready, huh? Yeah, it was prepared.
Stay prepared. Little bit, you good?
If you want juice,
You need some
do we
wine?
need juice or wine?
You good?
Okay, give them juice and crackers over here, y'all. Make sure if you don't have bread and wine, hold your hand up, y'all. And y'all get understanding about why we breaking bread today.
Brother, some more bread and wine back there.
We got juice as well. You're not ordered to drink wine. If you drink juice, drink juice. If you drink water, hold up water.
Y'all got it? Let's get our brother in the back. This bread and wine.
Understand that, y'all, because the Messiah's blood ain't in this cup, not his real blood.
Spiritual feast.
This is symbolic, y'all. So if water replaces that, then it has to. We don't want you to taste alcohol if you haven't. That's your choice. Somebody get that bread for him. We got bread up here, don't we? We got plenty of bread right here.
Yeah, everybody good.
That's good. Let's get it, y'all. Yeah, might as well. Yeah, I thought they was. Yeah, we got to get them on in here. Y'all got, we got juice for them already poured, right?
Yeah.
They already got their juice? They got their crackers back there? Oh, okay, y'all. Boy, I like that preparation. Way ahead of the game. Like the Messiah said, go tell a man to get it prepared. I got to rap with y'all a little longer. But all we got to do is sit down. Boy, you missed it.
Where you at, man?
What was you at?
The whole communion, man.
No. Yeah, Boy, did y'all see the look on her face? Boy, now we wouldn't have did that if you had heart problems. We wouldn't have did that, bro. We wouldn't have did that. Short-leggers, get y'all cups and get y'all crackers, y'all.
Get her done.
Y'all, any short-leggers, y'all that's too young, below the age, you know, y'all accountable for them. Boy, they big, huh?
Boy, they dropping up off me.
Boy, Jethro rope been sold a lot, ain't it, this week? I bet y'all won't be trying to sag now after week of unleavened bread.
But say, right. Just in your belt.
I be looking, y'all. We ain't got to face the east yet. That ain't our prayer, is it? Or we going with it? Okay, we just gonna break bread, y'all. Y'all can turn this way. We're gonna get the prayer on. Breaking bread a little bit different. We'll get the prayer on right before we get. Sister Katrina ain't here, huh? Okay.
What do we on that? Come on, where we at?
Okay. We good? We got plenty bread up here. Plenty bread up here. We got plenty bread.
I got bread right here.
Bread all up here, y'all. Yeah, we tarry for our brothers and sisters.
That's right.
Let's get it.
All right, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 23. For I have received of the Most High that which I also delivered unto you, that the master Yahushua, same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. When he had given thanks, he brake it and said, take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you.
Hallelujah.
This do in remembrance of me. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. What's up? Take your time, boy.
Verse 25.
What it say?
Get your cups up. Verse 25. After the same manner also, he took the cup when he had supped, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood.
Yes.
This do ye as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Ooh, Yahoo! Y'all, we're going to get a quick prayer on y'all. We're going to get the meal served, y'all. We're going to get this feast on. We're going to commune with each other, y'all. Any questions y'all got while we got time before we get out of here? We'll talk a little bit amongst the assembly. Go ahead, bro.
The book of Psalms. The book of Psalms. Chapter 16. Verse 1. Preserve me, O Yah, for in thee do I put my trust. O my soul, thou hast said unto Yahweh, thou art my master. My goodness extended not to thee, but to the saints that are in the earth, and to the excellent, in whom is all my delight. Their sorrows shall be multiplied, that hasten after another God.
That's right.
Their drink offerings of blood will I not offer, nor take up their names into my lips. Most High is the portion of mine inheritance, and of my cup thou maintainest my lot. Right. The lines are fallen unto me in pleasant places. Yea, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless Yahweh, who have given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night season. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. Neither wilt thou suffer thine holy one to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand, there are pleasures forevermore.
Hallelujah! Selah! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, y'all know how we do it. Look, I just need a couple brothers to set up. It's about 3 tables in the back. We just need to set them up real quick for them shorties right back there. We need our elders in line first. Y'all, we need a couple sisters.
All right, family. We love y'all, but we got to get up out of here. See y'all later.
Listen up.